doing? It's your favorite, it's your girl, Sunshine, Jamaican, a blazing chocolate. And I'm back at y'all with another one, and another one, and another one. Okay, here on Sunshine's Rizzly, Rap Twister podcast. Y'all already know the vibes, y'all. And let me tell y'all, it is hot in this house. It was hot in the car, and the heat is on, baby. Okay, here in Chicago, the weather was at least had to be something near 80. And baby, it is hot. It is cooled down some. Thank God for that. But it is well for Wednesday, you guys. It is hump day. We have a few days left throughout the week. Okay, so thank God for another day. Okay, thank God for everything. Y'all, there's so much going on. So I got a lot to talk about. But we're gonna just, you know what I'm saying? Come rap a bit with me. Come rap a bit with me. Okay. Today is no guest on this show and this episode of Sunshine's Rap Twister podcast. And I will tell you about all the great events coming up at the end of the show. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Tell a friend. Tell someone your girl Sunshine is on. The hostess with the coldest, baby. Okay, or should I say hostess? That's the coldest. Anywho, y'all know the vibes, right? Okay, so here in Chicago, okay, y'all, we have a lot of things going on. So hello to everybody that's outside of Chicago. But I want to talk about the things going on in Chicago. I have to start off with my city, okay? And since I start out with my city, you know who I got to start off talking about, the mayor. Okay. Mayor Brandon Johnson says that he hasn't done enough to convince Chicago of the job he's doing. A job? A job? Duh. What do you mean you haven't done enough to convince? Hell no, you ain't done 1% of that. Not 1%. He needs to sit his tail down. But anyways, in an interview with Block Club, okay, you know Block Club is something here in Chicago where everybody gets together to talk to the aldermen and the mayors, and it's a community thing. But in an interview with Block Club, I want y'all to know, ahead of his 2-year anniversary, so it's been 2 years since anniversary as mayor, Johnson spoke on his wins. His wins. His wins. In his head, this man actually think he winning. But his city ain't winning. I'm trying to make it make sense. Can y'all make it make sense? The immigrants seem to have won. Okay. But our city, our citizens, our people, oh no. His wins, honey. It says wait. Okay. I'm gonna go back. It says Johnson spoke on his wins, his inspiration from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and his political missteps, but said nothing he done compares to Rom's school closures or Daley's parking meter deal. So this man is comparing himself to the previous mayors. By damn, we all know that the city of Chicago hadn't had good mayors since Harold Washington. Okay, let's make it make sense. And I did mess with Daley. Don't get me wrong, that's my boy, Mayor Daley. But he did come with that parking meter deal, which was a lot over. Come on now, here we ain't need that here in Chicago. That's why people going to the suburbs and leaving. Okay, make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong, we already know Rahm Emanuel wasn't no good. So you comparing yourself to no good people, okay? No good politics that have done nothing for the city of Chicago, okay? As far as citizens, baby, Let's talk about it. So here at City Hall, Mayor Brandon Johnson wants to tell you this fool, this fool wants to tell us that violent crime is down. First off, what the fuck is violent crime down here in Chicago. It is shooting every damn way. It was just a shooting on the north side. Three guys just got shot at Rosemont and Broadway on the north side. They were shooting all on the south side. It's shooting all on the west side. Where the heck is crime down? Did, did somebody make it make sense? This man is a liar. He is a liar. He said more affordable housing is on the way, and kids are getting summer jobs. The kids are getting summer jobs. Y'all can't even get the after school programs together. But now they're going to get summer jobs. And most of these kids, little spoiled tails, ain't gonna work a tail in their body, ain't got a working bone, a working moral static in their body. I just don't understand. As y'all can tell, I'm sweaty in this house. I have to remind me to tell my man to put the AC back on. But this is boiling my fuel. This is boiling my anger. This man have done nothing since he's been in office. God rest my daughter's soul. We stayed around the corner from this man. My daughter Daniela used to say, "Mommy, why is the man Brandon Merrick Johnson see me and he don't speak? Why is the Brandon Merrick Johnson letting illegal immigrants come in and they don't help us? Why do they not do anything about the mental health programs?" Let me tell you something. Why he ain't doing nothing about DCFS and the things that DCFS is doing? Who could, you know what, y'all? This man is a joke. He's a damn joke. Brandon Merrick Johnson is a total joke. And I want you guys to see hear what I'm saying out of my lips and hear what this man, the lies that's spewing out of his mouth. He said violent crimes is down. Lie. More affordable housing is on the way. Don't believe it. Kids is getting summer job. Who cares? They might not work it anyway. Come on. But he also hears the noise. He said he hears the noise from those left underwhelmed by his first 2 years in office. Oh, do he now? So you hear the noise from those left underwhelmed from his first 2 years in office. He says, of course you hear it, but this job really requires you to figure out how to tune it out. Johnson said, whether you're being cheered or otherwise, I have an assignment, and that assignment is clear: to transform this city. Y'all, let me turn on my chicken. Okay, let me go turn this chicken out because this man has just said some lies out his mouth. And then he said his job requires him to tune out his citizens. To tune out his citizens' thing, his citizens' concerns. But you call yourself transforming the city. Can you make it make sense? You call yourself transforming the city. How did you transform it? By doing what you wanted to do in this city? You did what you wanted to do in the city. That's not transforming anything. That's not transforming. You let illegal immigrants in. They pushed the citizens out. They was getting housing when other citizens of the state could not get housing. Citizens of the city of Chicago still waiting on housing. But look, illegal immigrants is riding around here in cars, getting their driver's license. Let me tell you one thing, y'all. I, your girl, was born in West Germany. I am a military brat. As a military brat and being born overseas, I need to have a certain legal documentation. Unfortunately, between the times, the years of moving, Mama and Papa, God rest Papa's soul, Mama and Papa, they never had a birth certificate. I've never even seen one. I didn't have a passport. But to make a long story short, in order for me to get a new passport, or as well as to travel, I need to get documentation that I'm a legal citizen, correct? And you cannot leave and go to someone else's country without legal documentation. You cannot leave the United States of America, say I'm going to Peru or Bolivia or Africa or Amsterdam or Paris or Japan. You cannot go outside of the United States without a passport. But yet, and still, he wanted to make Chicago a sanctuary city and said, "What? I don't care what my citizen says. I watch the illegal immigrants everywhere, on every corner, with their children. When I was homeless with my children asking for help, DCFS was called. The legal immigrants get to sit out here. When the citizens is here homeless and going through, DCFS called. We cannot sit out here with our children homeless on the corner. You cannot sit out here begging the people. They will call the when I was going through in my time, and I was asking for change, they would call that panhandling and you were soliciting. Stores did not allow you to solicit. It was signs everywhere that you do not solicit. You could go to jail. Managers used to get mad, all kinds of crap. You understand me? Do you understand me? Let me tell you something. He's saying he wants to make the Chicago a better place for who? Because is it for you, his people? Don't get me wrong, we are not racist at all by a long shot. But what we do say is that the people of color should get more help. Okay? A lot of times, everyone is getting help, but not the people of color. Make it make sense. Who is you here for, and who is you trying to make the city better for? Is it the white folks? Don't get me wrong. Is it the other people, the other races? The Mexicans, they have a great fine dandy time opening up their store, their little things on the corner, selling the corn and the ice cream. They got all the stuff, right? Black folks can't sell their snow cones and stuff. They have to go through a hassle, right? It's sad, you guys. This man stated this out his mouth. Let's read what else he has to say, because he got a lot to say. He says, of course you hear it. He says you hear what people were saying, but this job really requires you to figure out how to tune it out. Well, you are not an artist. You are a person who's supposed to be in charge of running your city properly, who's supposed to make proper decisions to make your city look better. But y'all, did y'all forget that Brandon Mayor Johnson is not from Chicago? He's from Elgin. So you bring someone from Elgin and put him in Chicago. You don't know he used to Elgin. He used to have Elgin run things. That's a whole suburb. Now I heard it used to be crime or whatever, a little bit or whatever, little bit. Ain't nothing like Chicago. So we would not compare, but we would say, y'all voted this man in, took him from Elgin, from the Chicago public school system, whatever he was doing in Elgin, right? And previously, took him, brought him over here, made him mayor, and he did what he wanted to do. You know how much money went to the illegal immigrants, and now he's finally saying that he's just said the housing was coming? More affordable housing? Where it's gonna be at? I'm trying to make it make sense, y'all. And if you are a citizen of Chicago, you are going through certain things here in Chicago, or you watching certain things, you make it make sense. I've seen more city lights cameras put up. I don't know, they put more cameras up. I'll get a ticket out the sky blue. I've been driving down the street for the longest. All of a sudden, I'm getting a ticket. It's really ridiculous, y'all. It's really ridiculous here in Chicago. And then they wonder why so many people are moving outside of our city. But yet, let me tell you something. I'm a Chi-Town baby, okay? Raised in these streets, north side, south side, east side, west side, all over. I'm here. This is my city. Don't get me wrong, I love my city. Despite the violence, despite the negativity of it all, it's a lot of good things about it. The historical facts. Not everything historical is a good thing about Chicago, but they do have a lot of great historical facts. One day we are going to have that in session. about the wonderful things about Chicago, because people tend to forget those wonderful things. They only hear about the violence and the nonsense that's going on here. Violence. He said the crime was down, but the police was just beat up on Madison Street at a freaking funeral. Make it make sense. What crime is down? Where? I just seen that he just had a whole wing dang mass, whatever, at a funeral. Like, what? Come on now. He says, whether you're being cheered or otherwise, I have an assignment, and that assignment is clear: to transform this city. Transform the city. Okay, transformer. Transform it into a sanctuary city. Transform it into a city that is still divided. Transform into what? I want to make it make sense. It ain't been nothing for years. What you gonna transform it into? He says Johnson spoke to the Block Club this week in an interview inside his ceremonial second office, where he has defended his record to local reporters as the halfway mark of his term approaches Thursday. So you know they have 4 years. So he's on his 2-year mark. Johnson, listen what his background is, y'all. A former social studies teacher, a Chicago Teachers Union political organizer, and product of a labor movement that swept him into power as an underdog, has hit stumbling blocks since making the leap from campaigning on a bold progressive vision to governing the United States' third largest city, which is too big for his britches, if you ask me. This was a job not for him. And don't get me wrong, we have not a lot of people to choose from. They had better chance putting in what was bro name? Willie Johnson. Willie, remember Willie? Willie was giving out the free gas and some food. He was giving out stuff for us. Every other month, this man was helping his communities. He was giving, I have not seen Brandon Mayor Johnson do anything for his people. I have not seen him feed the homeless. We're not talking about the illegal immigrants. You gave them food stamps and help. We're talking about the ones that have already been here. Yeah, we as citizens have a hard time getting our food stamps. You understand me? That is, baby, I want to try to make it make sense. Like I said, Chicago is the third largest city here in the 50 of the United States, right? We are the third largest city out of a bunch of cities here in all 50 states. This city needs care for it. It needs the proper mayor, the proper politicians up there to run this city. From the mayor to the aldermen to the governor, everybody needs to work hand in hand to make this city run good, as well as it trickles down to the people and the community. We all have to all stick up and stand up for our city and stand up for what's right and stand up for the justice of our city if we plan to keep on living here. As I stated before, I pay attention to a lot of things. A lot of times, I pay attention to a lot of things, okay? And when you look at things around you and realize that things are way bigger than you would pay more attention and you would do something about it. You have to speak up. It is time to be a voice here in our city of Chicago because we have goofies like Brandon Mayor Johnson in office. Just like we have a goofy in office for president. I mean, sorry, but true. It says this man stated that the mayor conceded he's not done enough to convince Chicagoans of the job that he's doing. So you know that, right? You know you ain't convinced us of the job you doing. You know you land talking about crime is down. Where? He says you have to just remain committed to communicating, to getting your message out. Because if you don't, those who oppose you certainly will try to distort and define you, Johnson said. And that's one thing that I know I have to do a better job at. So he says that he has to do a better job at communicating with the people and communicating with the citizens of Chicago. He knows this. Among Johnson's immediate tasks in finding a CTA president to replace Dorval Carter, who retired in January after years of criticism for the agency's show post pandemic recovery. So, CTA, we know, Chicago Public Transit Authority, baby, we don't need to talk about them. So, that president, they do need to replace that, get a new president. But, a lot of times, a lot of things don't matter what they do. They need to start off at one thing and fix this problem, then go to the next problem. Reports indicate Johnson is now preparing to appoint his chief operating officer, John Robertson, a City Hall veteran and one-time aviation commissioner, as CTA president. See, what they do is they grab somebody from one end, one corner, put them in another. They might not even know how to run that. That's like they took Elgin, somebody from Elgin, a teacher, a former teacher, and said, here, go run Chicago. How? And then you want him to do a good job. Half the time, I don't even blame him. But if you accepted this job, just like you say about people that work at McDonald's or the fast food restaurants, even a lot of jobs, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a lot of jobs. People go to accept these jobs. They have no customer service, no smile on their face, no welcoming you, no thank you, hello, how you doing today? No manners. So who do you blame when you go to a store and you go to buy something, you get bad customer service, you go to a restaurant, you get bad customer service? Who do you blame? Do you blame the employee or do you blame the manager of the store? Because if that's the case, the manager of the store needs to be reprimanded because you should be giving your employees training on good customer service. And if you see them not doing their job, then they don't need that job. Because then you're driving customers away and then you're not going to get any money and no service. And if I was told when I was working, customers is first, they supposed to be getting the proper service at all times. I service with a smile in all of my jobs because I know how I want to be treated. And a lot of times that's what people don't do either. They bring their jobs to work. I was going through a lot of times, I had to put on a smile, make sure I got to work because your job had nothing to do with your outside life. That was a different part of your life. So as mayor, if I was mayor, I would, honey, first off, I agree with I don't care what no one says. I agree with the curfew. Get these little kids on the curfew. If you're under 18, stick your butts in the house because you ain't doing nothing but being bad outside. Ain't doing nothing but shooting, start riots, being very obnoxious and bad. Disrespectful, fighting, you just doing bad. So I do agree with that. I do agree with that they should put a curfew on these children. If you are under 18, heck, I will do it under 21. If you ain't got no job and you ain't doing nothing productive, you need to have your butt sitting in the crib. You do not need to be outside. You can't get in the club. You can't buy liquor. You can't do nothing. Give them a curfew to like 12 o'clock. Take your little butts home. Hell, they be doing stuff downtown. Yeah, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it don't even matter. Some of them, if they under 17, 18, 10 o'clock needs to be their curfew. If they under 21, I don't care what no one says. If they don't have a job, they don't need to be outside. It needs to be some order in these streets. Maybe that could stop the crime that is going on. And if they don't want to listen, lock their little tails up. The jail system would be full mess with me because there'd be a lot of people in there for a week, 2 weeks. They got this no cash bond. Baby, it'll be a lot of people in now. Do you feel me now? Do you understand me? Y'all know y'all girl be telling the truth. I am not lying. I am telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. In order to do things, you have to do things a certain way. It is time for change. If this wasn't working, let's try to do this different. If these kids still ain't listening, we got to put some reinforcement on their asses. You got to get rid of the illegal immigrants because now that you bring them in and make this a sanctuary city, now everybody is lawless. They don't give a care about nothing. You know, the other day, you know how you have when you're driving, the you're supposed to pull over to the right because you don't know where the ambulance and the fire department and the police is going. They could be going here, they could be going there. You don't know where this emergency is. I have to explain that a couple of times. You don't know where the emergency is. It could be in the middle of the block. You don't know. So when you hear the sirens, when you see these people, it's respect and it's lawful to pull over so that way you know you don't get it in the way or anything. Anywho, here in Chicago, you know how many darn times I've seen people just outright disrespectful. Just do not pull over. Could cause a crash with the fire department, police department. I did see one boy hit. He was on what's that Roosevelt? I think that was Roosevelt. He actually hit a sheriff's car. He was in the middle of the block. Sheriff looking stupid. That just goes to show. Lawless. It's lawless. Really lawless. He telling me he making a city better. Negro, please. Please. It says that reports indicated. Okay, we read that. Hold on, y'all. Anyways, but Johnson told Block Club on Monday that a nationwide search has already been completed. Says we are always in the process of finding someone, Johnson said. It looked like any other nationwide search, national search. So it says that the transit advocacy groups are calling on Johnson to conduct a nationwide search for the role of CTA president. A nationwide search. They said let's do a nationwide search. So you think somebody is actually gonna come to the city of Chicago and run the CTA board with this? Baby, pick somebody in your city that love your city, that loves Chicago, and want to do some changes. Find someone here. I bet it's someone that would love that job, that have the qualifications to do it. But you're not looking the proper way. It's people out here that's in Chicago that will love their job. I believe so. I don't care what no one says. I believe they would love that job, love the opportunity to do try to change the CTA system and do it better. Baby, if I was a woman and had with magical powers, I would probably do all the jobs and run the city. I would be mayor, governor, CTA president, CTA school, CPS worker, DCFS damn show presidents, because I will make sure all these babies is with their families, and if their families are abusive people, they would be reprimanded. And then the babies will be taken to a good home. But for all the other babies that are being taken from homes and that are these this advocate agency is disrupting lives, tearing up families. Don't put them together. Do what they want. Play them like a just pawns with the people that birthed them and had them. And then you're putting things all in kids' ears, making them all kind of bad. They gotta listen to DCFS, the school teachers, the principal, the media, the kids, the friends, the families, the baby daddy family, the mama. They listening to too many people trying to be little adults themselves. Y'all, when I tell y'all, it is a lot. a lot going on around you that needs to be rectified the right way. And Brandon Johnson, baby, I technically don't blame you, but I do blame you. I don't blame you because you're not from here. Like they want to get someone doing a national life or CTA president. Like, come on, bro. You you see how you're making mistakes? Don't put somebody in Chicago that don't know our city, that don't know our vibe, that don't know how to run it. You have to have someone on the same level as them. That stoop down to their level too and must need be. That's what a true leader does. A true leader leads to people in the direction that they should go. A true leader, if you're a politician, that's some form of a leader. I mean, I don't understand why everybody is so messed up in the world. These politicians are supposed to be a form of leadership, a dictatorship to run a group of people in their country, city, or state. That's what the political leader is supposed to do. Is to make sure that everything is run properly. Certain laws are put in place. People are disobeying laws, they get reprimanded. If people are doing bad things, then they get reprimanded. Don't wait, do it right away. Just like you would put a mother, take a mother's kids, charge her with neglect. But then you have so and so over here who's beating her children, starving her children, doing everything to her children, and then they keep the child. But then you destroy this other mother's life who, I mean, it's like they go for the evil and treat the good. It's so bad. And that's what I see going on. As I stated before, I'm going to keep saying it again. Y'all better look what's going on around you. Because what goes on around you affects each and every last one of us. It affects each and every last one of us as a whole. He says we are always in the process of finding someone. Yeah, this man, it's a joke. You should see him up here. It's just a smiley, proud mayor. Good proud 2 years here in Chicago. He's smiling like he did a good damn job. He says the prospect of Johnson tapping Robertson for the role drew opposition at last week's meeting of the CTA board, which has final approval of the agency's next president. Johnson would not confirm that Robertson was his selection, though he still defended Robertson's credentials. Here's someone who's managed aviation buildings. He managed the Democratic National Convention. Here's someone who has strong roots in the city of Chicago, who understands why transportation is important. Johnson said, "This is a person who is highly respected and regarded and has my complete confidence." Well, with all of those, I agree with him. Those accolades, I agree. The transit groups have also asked Johnson to hold off on any appointment until the end of the Illinois General Assembly session, where state lawmakers are negotiating with the region's transit leaders to avoid a collective $770 million fiscal cliff. But Johnson was non-committal. The timing will be based upon our overall search, and I'll make that decision at the right and appropriate time, said Johnson, adding that he was going to remain positive and optimistic, and the state will find a way to cover the gap that threatens 2/CTA access for a fifth of its riders. Claiming public safety, affordability wins. Johnson said his goal remains to make Chicago the safest, most affordable big city in America. Yeah, every time I read so much of this. So, he got 2 years left. 2 years left. If they don't try to vote this man in again, which I don't see why. He got 2 years left. The first two of this first half of his term was crap. So now he's gonna redeem himself. He's trying to redeem himself. He claims his goal is to make Chicago the most affordable and less violent, right? the safest, most affordable big city, third big city in America. He gonna try to make this city the way he want to make it for these rich folks, okay? Cause and for these tourists, that's what he's going to do. I don't see him trying to do a dang on thing, any dang on different. Do you understand me? First off, you got 2 years left. I want to see you do magic in the city of Chicago. It ain't been done in 20, 30 years, 40 years. What you gonna do in 2 years that ain't been done since I was a shorty? Make it make sense. I want y'all to make it make sense. I know I ain't the only one now. He says he think right. Let's see. He thinks about the families of his former students, young entrepreneurs, and the third or fourth generation business owners that he met around the city. Johnson, a preacher's son, has recently been drawn to Mark chapter 8, a Bible verse about Jesus performing miracles by feeding a crowd with just few loaves of bread. This man said what was really profound was not just Jesus' frustration with the fact that he delivered on multiple occasions, but that there was those who were tempting and testing him and still wanted to prove himself, Johnson said. What? Yeah, no, he didn't. Hold on. Let me go back up here because this man. No, you didn't. Compare yourself to the Lord Savior Jesus Christ. Lord, forgive me while I'm sitting here, but I'm about to read this man his rights. What? He compared himself to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Mark 8, where Jesus performed a miracle of feeding a multitude of people with a few fish and 2 loaves of bread. You comparing yourself to Jesus? What did you saying? What did you actually saying here? What are you saying? He said was he think I gotta make sure I'm right. Okay. I don't want to say nothing wrong. Johnson said his goal remains to make Chicago the safest and more affordable big city in America. He said he thinks about the families of his former students. His former students at Elgin. Young entrepreneurs, which is young business owners, young self-made employed people, and the third or fourth generation business owners. So all the young folks or younger people he met around the city. Johnson, who's the preacher's son, I just want to make sure I read this right, has recently been drawn to Mark 8. He's just recently been drawn, but you're a preacher's son. A Bible verse about Jesus performing miracles, our Lord and Savior, Lord have mercy, by feeding a crowd with just few loaves of bread. He forgot the fish, but you're a preacher's son and you know your scriptures, but you forgot the fish. Because Jesus gave them fish and 2 loaves of bread. Said what's really profound was not just Jesus' frustration with the fact that he delivered on multiple occasions, but that there was those who were tempting and testing him and still wanted him to prove himself. Y'all don't get me wrong. We're supposed to be like, have the mind of Christ and follow in Christ's footsteps. That's what makes us better people. If we actually believe in God and his holy son, Jesus, have that faith in them, and then achieve to follow in their lead and being good examples and good people down here on this earth. We're supposed to make sure that all God's people is okay. We're supposed to make sure that we show love to each other. We're supposed to make sure that we do things to make each other happy and just spread good energy and be joyful. Not just joyful on Christmas. Another damn lie. But y'all, your girl Sunshine Jamaican Blazer Chocolate is here to tell you the truth. Whether people like it or not. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything like my other show. This is Sunshine's Rap Twister podcast. I have my other show called the Straight No Chaser podcast with my sister Princess MC, also known as Red Ballet. So make sure you get your interviews and tune into that as well. But as I said, baby, I'm bringing a straight no chaser. We is in 2025. We don't have time for the bull crap or the sugarcoating or none of that. Ain't nobody got time to play patty cake unless you a baby. If you're not a baby trying to play patty cake, baker's man, we need not play no games. Because it's time where you have to realize that life is not a game. These things are serious, are the things that are going on around us. And once again, you have to look at what's going on around you and pay attention because it can affect your children. It can affect your loved one. It can affect your neighbor if you mess with your neighbor. I'm sorry. Lord, I'm trying to stop cursing. Please forgive me. A lot of things takes place and that can affect you as a whole. If Brandon Mayer Johnson if them taxes was to go up, we all got to spend the same amount of money on a carton of eggs. If a carton of eggs in the store is $7 what that tell you? Our economy is real bad, honey. This economy is so damn bad. Everything has went up in the stores. I was going to some stores. It seems like the shelves are empty. It's a certain amount of people in each neighborhood that go to the same stores. They had talks talking about the Great Depression. Y'all have to look at what's going on with Trump and with Elon Musk. You have to be looking on what's going on with everything around you because it can affect you as a whole. It can affect you as it probably years from now. If it don't affect you now, it can affect your housing, your living situation, this situation, your kids' future, this, that. You never know. You have to pay attention. Stay on your P's and Q's and be aware. The news lies. So you do have to go to resources. I do listen to the world news. I do listen to Google. You have to know what war is going on. You have to know what countries is fighting what countries. You have to know what's going on with Trump, who he talking to, what can affect America because we live here. You have to pay attention to a lot of things, you guys. Time is going forward. Each and every day, it's like the day is going by like this. Time is moving, and as I stated before, we have to pay attention and we have to do what we have to do to make things better around us. I was just talking to someone where I said I want to care about the people. I do. I care about my neighborhood, right? Or I care about people, care about my block. So I'm trying to get something together, guys. Well, I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'm trying to get a few of my people together so we can do something to make certain situations better. Let's go feed the homeless that's been under these viaducts for years. Let's all get together and start a food drive. Let's get together and find something for these children. Let's put on a showcase for kids. Let's do a showcase for these babies. I was trying to perform in a library. Like, I would have performed in the library. I perform outside for the babies. Make some good music for these children to listen to and put in their head and stop all this drill music and sexual music. I watched the movie. My son took me to go see Sinners. Really good movie. He took me on Mother's Day to go see Sinners. And it was showing that the music you listen to can affect how you move and how you think as an individual. Whatever you absorb into your brain is what you are going to be. It's what you're going to portray. It's what you're going to act like. A lot of these children are listening to the bad music, so that's what they're getting. So in order for Mr. Mayor Johnson, who has 2 years left, I highly doubt he's going to make any changes. I highly doubt that he's going to do anything, but we shall wait and see. Wait and see. Keep your eyes open so you can see and hear. Keep your ears open and cleaned out so you can see and hear what's going on around you. And make sure that it doesn't affect you in the future. Because at the rate we're going, the politicians we all got in office, baby. If we was like other countries, we just have one leader. We have a king. You have one king over every country, right? You have dictatorship like that. But no, we, America, try to run things different. So we got the president, the vice president, the House, the Senate. We got so many people. The mayors, the this, that. I mean, just, and nobody, how many aldermen? I mean, don't nobody do nothing. I walk past the alderman's office. I wonder, what do y'all do in here? What do y'all actually do? Go to City Hall. What do they do but argue? The leaders are arguing. How the hell y'all can't even get it together? Y'all all in the uproar. The City Hall ain't seeing that happening. Oh yeah, y'all, let's do this, let's do that. This is gonna make the city go better. Hey, Alderman over here, Johnny, woo, woo, woo. Hey, Sally over here, Alderman 45, and Alderman over. I don't see them getting together and saying, and it could be a peaceful meeting and everything's working. And yes, this is happening. Yes, we're working together to make our city better. All the aldermen need to get together. Stop being so divided. Let's all get together. Let's think of a plan. Let's execute the plan and let's do it. Like Nike, like my dad used to say. Rest my daddy's soul. Let's do it like Nike, baby. Because let me tell you something. If you expect change, you got to do things to get change. Right? Change is good when it comes to certain things. You have to change and be better. Change to be better. Each year I try to be a better individual. Now, granted, I make mistakes. Granted, Lord knows, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ knows I'm a sinner. But I am trying each and every day to do a little better, to make someone smile, even when I'm in pain, even when I'm hurting. Y'all, I miss my daughter, my Daniela. Her birthday is May 19th. My Daniela, merch that's Danny, Daddy that's Savage. And that's my baby. I love her so much. It's driving me crazy. I'm at the she gone, but I know that I'm going to see you at the end of the road. And I'll be coming home, baby, one day. I see you soon. I want to get in the studio so bad, y'all. But anyways, I thank y'all for listening to me. I thank you for joining me, and I hope you get to hear the things that I'm saying so you can know what's going on around you and beware of what's going on around you. I would like to say, stop the violence, put the drugs down, stop killing your people, stop loving on each other, stop hating each other. It's so sad. This world is getting worse and worse, and we all need to stand up. Mothers, let's stand up together. People, let's stand up together. Chicago, stand up. Everybody, stand up for what's right and do the right thing, like Spike Lee. Say it with me. Do the right thing, buddy. Okay? You got to do the right thing, y'all. The thing's going to be okay. It's going to be just fine. We have to go to God. We have to keep God first and His Holy Son, Jesus Christ. And why this man saying he just, whatever, briefly or whatever, he's a mess. Anyways, can't take his word. Mm-mm. And then you are not feeding these people with three loaves and two loaves and two fish, three loaves. You are not feeding these people. You are not. Who you did that for? The illegal immigrants? Nah, you ain't do that for them because you gave them how much money? It was like eight. I forgot how much money he gave them. It was like a few $billions. Like it was like a lot of money, bro, for them illegal immigrants to get the help and to have Chicago become a sanctuary city. And then when Trump got in office, he decided to say no. He ain't even want. He ain't want to listen to Trump. When Trump said, "Hey, send them back. We ain't even taking care of our people, but you're trying to bring more people over here." He said, "Oh no, I ain't going. I want my city to be like this. Fool! But you're making Chicago better. Ah! Make it make sense, y'all. I can't make this stuff up. I cannot make this stuff up. Here you gonna get it. You gonna get the real deal, Holyfield. I'm your hostess. That's the coldest, baby. And y'all already know the vibes. I'm your girl, Sunshine, Jamaican, I'm blazing chocolate. Okay. Y'all remember that girl did that on that Madea movie? She was like, bye me. Y'all know what? Y'all already know the vibes. Much love to everybody. It is getting hot out here. You know, sometimes the violence get more worse than the heat. I did. Everybody start acting more crazier. They already have all the violence in the cold. Soon as it get hot, it's over with. More violence after more violence. But he said Chicago, the crime went down. Blah! Lie. The fool is a liar. I cannot make this up. This worse than Trump saying, ain't no more wars. Stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with yourself. Yeah, but much love to y'all. I thank God for a lot of things. Oh, and y'all, as well as so many things is going on. The Shy, one of Chicago's top uh, TV shows out here called The Shy is having a watch party on Friday, you guys. A watch party on Friday at the Harold Washington Cultural Center, I believe she said. So I want you guys to see if you guys could check that out. Also, we have the Forever Grateful Award Show, Fashion Show Rehearsal. That would be on Saturday, guys. We're from 2 to 4. The actual award show will be June 13th. June 13th. That is with my brother Born Rich Love and Angie Love, the model coach, and other fashion designers as well. That would be June 13th. That would be the Forever Grateful Awards Artist Appreciation Award Show / fashion show. And to come back up to May, on May 23rd, you do have the Illy Awards with my brother Nino Corleone. That is the Illy Award. So shout out to all the artists, all the nominees. Chicago, we doing it. Okay, so congratulations and give yourselves a hand. Okay, give yourselves a hand. You guys are working hard, as well as shout out to my brother 290 Mo, because I'm out west with it. 290 Mo podcast for nominating the Straight No Chaser show with me and my sister. Thank God for that. That is so grateful. I will be a fashion model in the Forever Grateful Award show June 13th. Thank God. And we have been nominated in Illy Award. So that is pretty awesome, awesome. And I think we're forever grateful. I don't know, y'all. It's a lot going on, and God is doing some things, and we continue to shine our light. And here on Sunshine's Rizzity, rap, Twisted Podcast, we shine light on everybody that's doing a good job. Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them. Hey. And we also give them their flowers. So to each and every last one of you wonderful people, I am going to give you your flowers. Flowers for you all, because it's best to get your flowers now than wait till later. Right? Much love to you guys. Happy Wednesday, Willful Wednesday, y'all. I pray to see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to say your prayers and stay prayed up. Always keep God number one and keep a smile on your face. Spread love and not hate. Put the guns down. Stop the violence. And also stop these drugs on these streets. Y'all love each other. Keep on going strong. Much love to my sister Nita K Productions, who's helping me in different aspects of my career. I love her. Shout out to Just Cool Cole, my sis. She gave me my flowers the other day, which was really dope. My other BFF Lily gave me my flowers too. Shout out to her. Also, shout out to all my loved ones, y'all. Prayers up for my sis Tiffany. Prayers up for a lot of people that I know that are sick, okay, and that needs God to heal them. Uh, keep believing, keep having faith, keep pushing and stay strong. I love you guys. Peace. Shout out to all my loved ones. I love all my people. Okay, so I love y'all. Peace. Oh, and don't forget, it's going to be a special show for my baby. I will have a special show for my Daniela. So I make sure you guys tune in, okay? I love y'all. Here on the Sun Shines Twister Podcast. This is Willful Wednesday, baby. And I shall see you again. It's Taurus season, and they let the bulls May 3rd was my birthday, y'all. I'm going. And I'm out of here. See y'all next time. Much love. Peace.